Welcome to District Command Central, your go-to source for the latest news and updates on the Washington Commanders. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell, so you never miss a play. The Washington Commanders entered this season with hopes high, ambitions clear, and the goal to build on the momentum they generated last year. But what they've encountered so far has been anything but simple. Injuries have swarmed the roster, changing the landscape week after week. And the constant roster adjustments have made it a challenge for the team to settle into a rhythm or string together the kind of consistency fans were hoping for. Yet, despite all of these hurdles, the Commanders have remained resolute, carrying themselves with a quiet toughness that speaks louder than any scoreboard. This isn't just about athleticism, it's about mindset. And according to head coach Dan Quinn, mindset is exactly what defines a team capable of handling adversity while keeping their eyes on the ultimate prize. Quinn's reflections on the season are candid, real, and speak to the essence of leadership, competition, and perseverance. And the lessons he shares extend far beyond any single game or play. Quinn often talks about the little things, and when asked what it truly means to be a commander in the middle of a challenging season, he highlighted the importance of paying attention to the details. No matter how small, when you're going through hard things to say, "All right, how's this mindset going to be?" he asked rhetorically. When I was kind of referring to the little things. You want to heighten them, and it's not a matter of letting them slip. It's a matter of extra attention that it goes. That extra attention is what separates teams that crumble under pressure from those that find opportunities in adversity. And it's a principle Quinn insists on instilling from the top down. Every snap, every route, every coverage assignment, every play at critical moments like a fourth down or a 2-minute drill. These are not merely exercises in execution, they are exercises in discipline, focus, and the kind of hyper-awareness that only comes from practicing as if every detail matters, because, in the heat of competition, it does. And it's not just about the players individually, it's about how they interact in those moments. The return of more healthy bodies to practice is a lifeline for Quinn, who thrives on the energy and competition that arises when the roster is firing on all cylinders. "I like the competition at practice," he said, emphasizing the value of having more players back on the field. So having more guys back into the practice, that's a big deal for me because now that's more competition, more spaces to go do that. And so, that's a big deal, with every player healthy and competing. The team environment becomes more intense, more dynamic, and more revealing. Every drill, every rep, every team period becomes a mini battle. A space to test not only skill but resilience, mental toughness, and the capacity to rise when the moment demands it. Quinn watches closely during these periods because what gets revealed in adversity cannot be simulated or manufactured. It comes out under pressure, in the small details, and in the responses players show when they are pushed beyond their comfort zones. It's in these tough moments that leadership and character are defined. As much gets revealed in the difficult times. And you want to watch. You want to see how certain people are reacting and knowing, okay, there's a person that's down for it. When the chips are down and they're absolutely going for it, you do learn a lot, Quinn said. It's a philosophy that prioritizes growth over results, process over outcomes, and character over circumstance. In a season like this, when adversity seems to shadow every practice and every game, these insights become the backbone of the Commanders' culture. It's not enough to survive the easy days. It's about how you respond when everything seems stacked against you, when the injuries mount, when the roster feels unstable, and when external expectations weigh heavily. In that crucible, true leaders emerge. And Quinn has made it clear that he wants those who step up when the heat is on, those willing to embrace the grind, and those who understand that every small detail can tilt the balance between defeat and triumph. The coach's perspective also underscores an important truth about professional football. It's never purely about talent. And it's never just about wins and losses. It's about the cumulative effect of mental toughness, preparation, and an unyielding commitment to team standards. It sucks to go through it. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it, Quinn admitted when discussing the ongoing struggles of the Commanders this season. Yet, he quickly turned that acknowledgement into a lesson, emphasizing that the challenges faced are not without purpose. Strong, confident teams are often forged in fire, tempered by adversity, and resilient because of the obstacles they've overcome. It's an approach that recognizes pain as a teacher, losses as guides, and moments of difficulty as opportunities to define identity. Every setback, every injury, Every practice disruption becomes part of a larger narrative, a narrative Quinn is keenly aware of and determined to shape. This mentality also informs the standards he sets for the team, no matter the context, no matter the scoreboard, no matter the adversity. Quinn is relentless in demanding a warrior mindset, a focus on competition in every available space, and readiness for any challenge at any moment. I want that warrior mindset, looking for the competition at every space, and knowing that somebody's ready to get down every time we go, he said, making it clear that resilience, toughness, and readiness are non-negotiable. The Commanders' season may not have gone as smoothly as hoped, but Quinn's message remains steady: the team's identity, their culture, and their standards will not bend because the road is hard. Every practice, every drill, every game is an opportunity to reinforce those principles, and the hope is that, over time, they translate into cohesion, execution, and ultimately, victories that feel earned, not given, even beyond the technical and tactical elements. Quinn's philosophy highlights the human element of football. It's about understanding the nuances of individual character, recognizing who can step up under pressure, and knowing how to channel adversity into collective growth. The season may be tough, but in that toughness lies potential, and it's up to each player to decide whether they will rise or falter. Each rep, each drive, and each game is a test, a window into who truly embodies the spirit of a commander, and who is ready to lead when leadership matters most. Quinn's reflections are a reminder that, in sports as in life, it's not the easy stretches that define us, but the hard ones, the injuries, the setbacks, the roster shuffles. They're all part of the story. And the story is still being written, chapter by chapter, practice by practice, game by game. Ultimately, Quinn's candid insights reveal a coach fully engaged in shaping not just a team, but a culture built on attention to detail, fierce competition, resilience, and unwavering standards. The Commanders' season may be tested by adversity, but within that challenge lies the opportunity for growth, for leadership to shine, and for a collective identity to solidify. It's about finding the extraordinary within the ordinary, the lessons in the setbacks, and the triumphs that emerge from disciplined preparation, mental toughness, and a relentless warrior mindset. For the Washington Commanders, this is the journey they are on. A journey that demands resilience, rewards attention to detail, and reveals the true character of everyone involved. And for Dan Quinn, it's clear adversity is not the enemy, but the proving ground where true commanders are made, where the small things matter most, and where the standard, no matter how high, never wavers. If you're enjoying the coverage, make sure to smash that like button and drop a comment with your thoughts on the Commanders' latest moves. We want to hear from you. Rumors have been swirling in the NFL universe for days, but now it's official. Or at least as official as social media can make it before all the dust settles. Jayden Daniels has announced that he will be leaving the Commanders, and fans are left stunned, heartbroken, and speculating wildly about what comes next. From the moment Daniels first stepped onto the field in Washington, there was an energy about him that couldn't be ignored. His style of play, the way he seemed to weave between defenders, with both poise and daring, gave fans a glimpse of a future that felt electric. For a quarterback, the relationship with a team is always more than just the X's and O's, more than just stats on a sheet. It's emotional, symbolic, and deeply personal. And now, all of that is about to shift. Social media exploded almost immediately after the announcement, with hashtags trending, memes flying, and emotional posts pouring in from fans across the country. Some expressed disbelief, others sadness, and many questioned why Daniels would make such a move when it seemed like his star was just beginning to rise in Washington. But the truth is, no one really knows the full story yet, and that's what fuels the speculation, the whispers, and the endless debate among fans and analysts alike. Insiders have started hinting at possible reasons behind Daniels' decision. Some suggest that there might have been friction within the locker room, subtle disagreements with coaching staff, or even strategic differences about how the team wants to build its offense moving forward. Others speculate that Daniels might be chasing a bigger opportunity elsewhere, a chance to lead a franchise in a way that aligns perfectly with his own vision of the game. You can almost feel the tension in the air just thinking about it. Daniels, the young, ambitious quarterback who brought a spark to the Commanders' offense, deciding to leave the nest. Rumors of potential destinations have already begun circulating, with whispers about teams that have been quietly watching Daniels, waiting for an opportunity to swoop in. Some of these rumors make sense on paper, Others feel like wishful thinking from fans, desperate to see their favorite quarterback in a different uniform. But the fact that such conversations are even happening is a testament to Daniels' impact. He's not just any quarterback, he's a talent that can shift the landscape of the league. A player whose departure leaves a gaping hole and a lot of unanswered questions. Fans of the Commanders are already reacting in waves. There's a sense of collective heartbreak, a feeling that something valuable is slipping through their fingers. Daniels has been more than a player. He has been a symbol of hope, a figure who brought excitement back to the stadium, and someone whose leadership extended beyond the playbook. There are posts online lamenting the loss. Videos of past plays going viral as if to remind everyone just how much Daniels meant to the team. Some fans are clinging to optimism, suggesting that maybe this isn't goodbye. Maybe it's just a pause before a return under better circumstances, but deep down, the uncertainty gnaws at the heart of the fan base. The rumor mills continue to churn. Who will step in to replace him? Is the front office prepared for this seismic shift? Will this move signal a larger rebuild, a shift in strategy, or simply a parting of ways that was inevitable all along? Every conversation in sports forums, every podcast, every hot take seems to circle back to one central theme: Daniels leaving changes everything. And Daniels himself has not been shy about expressing his emotions in his statement. He thanked the organization, his teammates, and the fans in a way that felt heartfelt, genuine, and unmistakably personal. There was an undertone of sadness, yes, but also of hope and anticipation for what lies ahead. It's one of those moments that reminds us why we get so invested in sports in the first place: the human stories behind the statistics, the personal journeys behind the touchdowns. He spoke of growth, of challenges, of lessons learned, and of memories that he will carry with him long after he wears a different jersey. Even in his announcement, there was a narrative of resilience, a subtle message that while doors are closing here, others are opening elsewhere, and that journey is just as important as the destination. The reaction online mirrored the weight of his words, fans posting videos of their favorite plays, fellow players chiming in with support, analysts dissecting every line of his statement for hidden meaning, and reporters speculating on next steps. It's a moment that feels bigger than football. In a way, a reflection of life's unpredictable twists and the inevitable changes that come with ambition, growth, and opportunity. Rumors about potential destinations are as wild as they are numerous. Some speculate that Daniels could be targeting a team with a stronger offensive line, a team where his mobility and dual-threat capabilities could shine more vividly. Others suggest a franchise looking for a long-term solution at quarterback, hoping to pair a young star with an innovative offensive scheme that maximizes his strengths. There's chatter that certain teams have quietly scouted him for months, waiting for the moment when a move like this becomes possible, and now that it's on the table, the possibilities are dizzying. Meanwhile, Commanders fans are left to wonder how the team will respond, whether they will look internally, make a bold trade, or pivot entirely to a new direction. Every rumor adds layers to an already complex narrative, and the intrigue only deepens as agents, insiders, and commentators weigh in, each offering their own take, each fueling speculation and anticipation. It's a situation that feels like it's just beginning. Even though the announcement has already sent shockwaves through the league, the emotional weight of Daniels' departure can't be understated. For young players, the quarterback is often more than a teammate. They're a leader, a mentor, and the face of the team. Daniels' charisma, skill, and presence on the field created a ripple effect throughout the locker room and among fans. His ability to connect with teammates, rally the sideline, and make plays that seemed impossible instilled a belief that anything was possible. And now that energy faces an uncertain future, social media has become a whirlwind of reactions. From heartfelt tributes to heated debates over the wisdom of this move, analysts dissect every possible angle. Was this about contract negotiations? Was it about the offensive strategy? Or is it simply the natural progression of a young quarterback ready to find a place that fits him better? The speculation has no end in sight. And part of what makes sports so captivating is this exact kind of uncertainty, the human drama behind every announcement, trade, and departure. And yet, even as the fanbase reels from the news, there's a quiet sense of awe at Daniels' journey, from his early days as a rising talent, navigating the pressures of the league, to becoming a starting quarterback with a recognizable style and presence. His story has always been compelling. Now, as he prepares to leave the Commanders, there's a sense that this is a chapter ending, but not the story itself. Rumors will continue to swirl, Potential destinations will be debated endlessly, and fans will hold onto the highlights, the memories, and the moments that made Daniels a figure worth following. For sports enthusiasts, it's a reminder that the league is always in motion, that careers evolve, and that every decision, no matter how shocking, opens the door to new narratives. The human element, the dreams, the ambitions, the heartbreak is what keeps people watching, analyzing, and talking about moments like this long after the announcement has been made. In the end, what makes this news resonate so profoundly is the intersection of talent, opportunity, and emotion. Jayden Daniels leaving the Commanders isn't just a roster change, it's a story that captures the imagination of fans, players, and analysts alike. It's a moment that sparks discussion, fuels speculation, and invites endless what-if scenarios. Will he land with a team that elevates his game? Will the Commanders find a replacement who can match his charisma and skill? The uncertainty is part of the allure, part of the reason why fans are glued to their feeds, refreshing social media, and debating endlessly about the implications. As the rumor mill continues to churn, one thing is certain: Daniels' decision has left an indelible mark, not just on the Commanders, but on everyone who has followed his journey, cheered his plays, and invested emotionally in his rise. And as the NFL world holds its collective breath, the story is far from over, it's just entering its next, most intriguing chapter. Thanks for tuning into District Command Central. Make sure to subscribe and follow us for all the Commanders news you need. Until next time, keep the faith and hail to the Commanders.